I am.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, good. What's up, you?
Just hanging out in my studio, which
Yeah.
is here behind me.
Oh, beautiful.
Got a
Really
little
awesome.
wall of guitars.
Wow. Wow, wow. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Really
I feel
beautiful.
very lucky to have something like this during a time like this as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a real honor to me to have you on our live stream.
Oh, cheers! It's good to be here. Thanks for
Yeah.
asking.
I saw you at Project 20 in Alpine Valley back in 2011, and you play a huge version of Habit with Eddie.
Yeah,
And you were chosen, you were first opening actor chosen by Eddie Vedder for his first solo tour back in 2008. What do you remember of that tour, and you were still in touch with Eddie?
yeah, yeah. We still see him a few times a year when we're lucky. My family's known him for a long time, so we've kept in touch, and whenever we go through Seattle, we hook up with them, and whenever they either come through New Zealand, if we're down there, we'll see them. Or at the moment, I live in LA. My family are all living here too, so I was excited to maybe see them when they came through on their tour, but obviously that's none of that's happening. But yeah, he rang up back in 2008 because I just released my first solo record, and he'd just done that soundtrack for Into the Wild. And I think I'd sent him a live recording. Before my solo album came out, I had a live album that got put out from a show I did at a place here in LA called Spaceland. And I must have sent it to him or something. And on New Year's Eve, he said that him and Boom were listening to it. They put it on, having a few wines, and it was when I was doing my live looping for the first time and playing drums and just kind of making a whole racket of noise. And I think him and Boom thought it was going to be some kind of acoustic singer-songwriter performance thing that they were putting on to chill out to, and it got really crazy. And they were looking at each other going, "Wow, what's he doing?" And he rang me up, I think maybe around a week later or something, and said, "What are you doing? It sounds it sounds intense." And I sort of explained to him what I was doing, and he said, "Well, I'm doing my first solo run in theaters and stuff, and do you want to come and open?" And it was amazing timing, really, because I had this record coming out, and I was already going to be touring in the States. So it was a great opportunity, and it was a lot of fun. It was like getting welcomed into the family with all his crew, and the shows were all really fantastic and good crowds. And we definitely, I think there were some people that maybe didn't get what me and EJ were doing, but they were mostly, great response. And we had a lot of fun. We got to get up and play a few songs with Eddie as well, and yeah, it was really a really amazing time.
Amazing. Good. It's a strange moment for live music.
Yeah.
Is it inspiring you to write new songs, maybe?
It's a funny one. um, I think some people probably find that having isolation and having all this downtime to work on things could be really productive. I'm working on a record at the moment with my father and my brother, and for making a Crowded House record,
Yeah.
which is kind of a big deal for me and for the whole band. But this is a new era of my dad's old band, and we're trying to make a record and trying to make it as excellent as possible to live up to their previous releases and stuff. And we've been chipping away. We got to track most of it before everyone went into lockdown, so we had a good chunk of it done. But now we're all working remotely, and getting things done. But it's quite maddening, because you do a bunch of work and you send it to someone, and then they'll add to it, and it'll sound different from when you worked on it. So it's a very different process. But as far as actually writing stuff and trying to get lyrics done, it's definitely made things a bit weirder, because you can't really indulge certain emotions that you might have in the past, because there's obviously very intense and sad and horrible things happening in the world. So you feel a little bit phony to be singing about something smaller or something invented. You know, it doesn't feel as profound as what's happening at the moment. So I don't know. It's a tricky time to process. I'm sure that it will create a lot of good art in the end, though, because I think things like this that affect the world on this scale will people turn to music for comfort, and people and artists will eventually, it'll process and then come out in something. So I think I'd like to be hopeful that this will actually be a really amazing era of art and music.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any new project coming soon? I remember I heard your soundtrack last year. You recorded for a movie. Maybe. I don't remember very well, but I really like the music.
Oh, cheers! Yeah, it was something quite different for me. It was a largely electronic kind of thing that I did for a movie about a woman called Suzanne Bartsch, who's a very unsung hero, sort of an iconic nightlife person from New York. So I made a very, synthetic and electronic soundtrack for that, which was really great to do something so different. I'd like to keep doing projects like that. I'm really enjoying making instrumental music. I'm not sure if that's because I don't have to write words for it, but yeah, I mean, now I've got my studios working really well. I hope to be making lots of music. My main focus is getting this Crowded House record finished, and then as soon as that's done, hopefully in the next month or so, it's back to the blank page and make something for myself or make something just completely different. So I'm excited about what's to come.
Awesome, awesome. Would you play a couple of songs for us, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, a shame not to.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to readjust this a bit.
I drink Corona now.
Good. Well chosen.
Cheers.
All right. You've got a fire in your belly and swollen eyes staring back at me. Still got my car parked in the alley in the garage. You look much older when you're mad. Your heart starts beating like a discotheque. Got no regrets, except I wish you were here with me. And on my own, I try so hard just to be content. Got no regrets, except I wish you were here with me. And all my friends, they agree with me. And now my eyes, they can see clearly. There must be truth to what we're feeling. It's a mirage. You look much older when you're mad. Your heart starts beating like a discotheque. Got no regrets, except I wish you were here with me. And on my own, I try so hard just to be content. Got no regrets, except I wish you were here with me. And in time, I change my life when I hold. I wish you were here with me. Did you feel my shoulder when you're mad? Your heart starts beating like a discotheque. Got no regrets, except I wish you were here with me. I wish you were here with me. I wish you were here with me. I wish you were here with me.
Amazing, amazing. Really beautiful song.
Thank you. It's from an old record. The record that I released around the time I did the touring with Eddie seemed appropriate. I actually thought I'd do a Pearl Jam cover as my second one.
Oh.
It's actually a song that when I was a kid, and obviously got hugely into Pearl Jam when I was just after around the time that we met Eddie for the first time. I think it was when Vitology was out, and after that experience of seeing the show and stuff, I was besotted, and when No Code came out, which is still probably my favorite Pearl Jam record, I was completely drenched in it and learnt how to play Off He Goes. It's one of probably the first Pearl Jam song I learned how to play.
Wow.
So I haven't played it for a long time, so I thought I'd have a go. Tuned up, transposed up a little bit for my voice. Can't quite hit the low, dulcet baritone of Eddie. His face seemed cold and tense, like he's riding on a motorbike and the strongest ones. So I approached with tact, suggest that he should relax, but he's always moving much too fast. Said he'd see me on the flip side. It's like it's taken too good for a ride. He's been taking too much on. There he goes with his perfectly unkempt clothes. There he goes. He's yet to come back, but I've been his pictures. It doesn't look the same on the rise. Go way back, and I wonder about his insides. It's like his thoughts are too big for his size. He's been taken, I don't know. Off he goes with his perfectly unkempt clothes. There he goes. And now I rub my eyes, for he has returned. Seems my preconceptions of what should have been done he still smiles, and he's still strong. Nothing's changed but the surrounding ocean that has gone. Now he's home, and we're laughing like we always did. The same old friends. Until 9:45, I saw the strain creeping. He seems distracted, and I know just what is gonna happen next. Before his first step, he's off again.
Oh, amazing, man.
I did my
Amazing.
best. I missed a few words here and there, but you know, I'll keep practicing.
I really love it because you know, but Off He Goes is one of my favorite songs ever wrote by
Oh,
Pearl
cool.
Jam.
Me
And
too.
No Code is still my favorite Pearl Jam album. So Off He Goes is, and your version is amazing, amazing.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, well, I've done Habit and Off He Goes. It's just what, about 10 more or something to get good at now.
Thanks for joining us, Liam. We love you and take care and hope to see you soon.
Thank you very much. And my love goes out to you and your family and your country during all of this. And everyone watching, obviously.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Be safe.
Thanks, man. See ya.